Moscow says Ukraine fired 6 American-supplied longer-range missiles at Russia's Bryansk region. Russia's defense ministry says its defenses shot down 5 of the missiles and damaged the 6th. The Kremlin's announcement Tuesday would mark Kyiv's first use of the weapons inside Russia in 1,000 days of war. The reported use of the Army tactical missile system came as Russian President Vladimir Putin formally lowered the threshold for using nuclear weapons. AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma has more.
Russia's president has previously warned the US and other NATO allies that allowing Ukraine to use Western-supplied longer-range weapons to hit Russian territory would mean that Russia and NATO are at war. The updated doctrine states that an attack against Russia by a non-nuclear power with the participation or support of a nuclear power will be seen as their joint attack on the Russian Federation, to quote. It does not specify whether such an attack would necessarily trigger a nuclear response. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The developments mark a worrying new escalation in the conflict that has repeatedly ratcheted up international tensions. U.S. officials recently expressed dismay at Russia's deployment of North Korean troops to help it fight Ukraine, while Moscow seized when Washington eased restrictions on the longer-range missiles in recent days. Tuesday's 1,000-day mark has magnified scrutiny of how the war is unfolding and how it might end, amid signs that a turning point may be coming with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump entering the White House in 2 months. Trump has pledged to swiftly end the war and has criticized the amount the U.S. has spent on supporting Ukraine. This is VOA News. U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein says an agreement to end the Israel-Hezbollah war is quote-unquote within our grasp after meeting with officials in Lebanon.
We have continued to narrow the gaps through the discussions over the last few weeks, and specifically today we continued to significantly narrow the gaps. So the meeting was very constructive and very helpful.
Hochstein is the Biden administration's point man on Israel and Lebanon, and he arrived on Tuesday as Hezbollah's allies and the Lebanese government said it had responded positively to the proposal. As the COP29 climate summit enters the final stretch in Azerbaijan, there are growing frustrations over the apparent lack of progress towards securing a deal on climate finance, seen as a crucial step in reducing emissions and limiting global warming. Henry Ridgewell reports.
Money is dominating the final days of the COP29 summit, or, in COP terms, climate finance. Who will pay for poorer countries to adapt to climate change and to transition away from fossil fuels as their economies grow? Bolivia's delegate Diego Balanza, who chairs a negotiating bloc of developing nations, accused richer nations Tuesday of a decade of failed promises.
Our countries are suffering the impacts of climate change, due largely to the historical emissions of developed countries.
A COP29 climate finance agreement is meant to unlock the crucial next stage of negotiations, allowing all nations to deliver action plans on reducing greenhouse gas emissions, with the goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Henry Ridgewell, VOA News.
New York prosecutors say they oppose dismissing U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's hush money conviction. AP correspondent Julie Walker reports.
In a court filing Tuesday, the Manhattan DA's office says Donald Trump's upcoming presidency is not grounds for dropping his hush money case that was already tried. But given the need to balance competing constitutional interests, prosecutors say consideration must be given to potentially freezing the case until after he's out of office. Trump was convicted in May of falsifying business records to cover up a scheme to influence the 2016 election by paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, who said they had sex. Trump denies the allegations. Julie Walker, New York.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.